morning, everybody. Today, let us talk about another aspect of intonation. Every language, as we said, is spoken with varying pitch, and pitch is the number of times our vocal cords vibrate per second. Sometimes the pitch of our speech goes up, sometimes it might come down, sometimes it might remain steady, depending upon what we are speaking to, whom we are talking to. Different patterns of variation of the pitch of the voice constitute the intonation in a language. It refers to the patterns of variation of the pitch in human voice, which also is called as the tone that is used in the utterances. For a second language or a foreign language learner, in practice, the falling tone is more commonly used than the rising tone, and hence the second language learners are to be familiarized with the fall rise tone as well as a third term. So we have the falling tone, we have the rising tone, and we have the fall rise tone in English. How exactly to proceed to intonate an utterance? There are four interesting steps to understand for intonating an utterance. The first is to divide the utterance into the tone group. Tone group is also called as the sense group or the breath group because the group of words that we are uttering together, which we call as tone group, will carry a particular sense. Or they could be uttered together without stopping for breath. So it's very easy to mark a tone group if it is a smaller sentence which comes into a single one. But if it is a bigger sentence with no number of phrases and clauses, our understanding of phrasal analysis and clausal analysis would enable us to mark different tone groups within the same sentence. Each tone group will have the stressed syllables, and the identification of the stressed syllables is the second step. As discussed already, the content words like nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, along with the interrogative pronouns and the demonstrative pronouns, are stressed. While the grammatical words or the structural words like articles, prepositions, conjunctions, pronouns, and helping verbs remain unstressed. Once the stressed syllables are identified within the tone group, we need to identify the nucleus or the tonic syllable within each tone group. Normally, the nucleus or the tonic syllable, which receives the appropriate tone, is the last accented syllable within a tone group. It could be any stressed syllable within the tone group. If the nucleus is present in the beginning part of the tone group and we receive a few stressed syllables after it in the same tone group, they are secondarily stressed. Or if the nucleus is the last accented syllable within the tone group, all the accented syllables before the nucleus will receive the primary accent. Now, the fourth step is to choose the appropriate tone. The falling tone is observed, which are normal sentences without any implications. 60 to 70% of sentences that we utter in the normal communication belong to this category and they receive the falling tone. WH questions, requests, commands also receive the falling tone. Normally, for the question tags, where the listener tends to agree with the speaker, the tag will receive the falling tone. These are the important places which receive the falling tone. The places which receive the rising tone are the incomplete utterances. If the sentence is still continued further, but we had to take a pause by marking it as a tone group because the sentence is quite bigger, then we give a rising tone. Yes, no type of sentences will receive a rising tone. Requests will receive a rising tone. The question tags where the speaker hopes that the listener might not agree and have a different opinion will receive the rising tone. Enumeration of things or the counting of things and the alternatives that we are providing also will receive the rising tone. So these are the important places which receive the rising tone. In this video, let us talk about the places which receive the third variety, that is the falling rising tone. As you could see in the slide, the falling rising tone is you fall down, so you have a V-shaped, tone to indicate the falling rising tone, telling that you talk at a particular pitch, you fall down, and then you raise up. This tone is also referred to as a drive. It consists of a fall from the high to the low and then a rise to the middle of the voice. The tone can be used either on the same syllable or on different syllables of a word or a sentence also. For example, if you look at the examples on the slide, the coffee is good. So for good, we have given a falling rising tone. Coffee is stressed. The coffee is good is a sentence which can be uttered first of all in a single attempt. So it belongs to the single tone group, which we could have marked with double slant lines, as you could see. Now marking the stressed syllables is the second step. The being article is not stressed. Coffee being a noun is stressed. Is a helping verb, not stressed. And good is an adjective that is to be stressed. So we have marked the stressed syllable. The third is we identified good, which is the last accented syllable in the tone group, as the nucleus. Now this should receive the appropriate tone, and the tone that we have given is falling and rising. The coffee is good. Now in the utterance of good itself, there is a but tone. The coffee is good, but there is something else that is missing. Maybe sugar is not there, maybe the saucer is smelling, maybe there is a fly in coffee. So there is some other hidden but expression, then you take this falling rising tone. Normally falling rising tone is given to those sentences which express ironically, which express some element of sarcasm to criticize others. Similarly is the next sentence. That was nice. Now this is a single utterance, and only nice, which happens to be an adjective, is stressed. So that itself becomes a nucleus, and the tone that we are giving is falling rising. So that was nice. That was nice, but maybe this is not, is the expression, is the meaning. The third example, the boys are very fine. Single tone group, boys is stressed, very is stressed, and fine are stressed. And fine becomes the nucleus, and fine receives very and fine. In fact, the adjective phrase receives the falling rising tone, and here we have the falling rising tone in a divided way. Very will receive the falling tone, fine will receive the rising tone. How to utter this? The boys are very fine, but the girls are not, is the meaning that is expressed. Such expression is called divided fall rise. Similarly is the next one, 72. Both being numerals are to be stressed, but we have given the falling tone to 70 and rising tone to 2. 72? I thought it was 82. Is it 72? Is the meaning that you communicate when you give a falling rising tone. Similarly, as you could see, the last two examples. Which are the last two examples? The boys are very fine. Divided rise fall. Similarly, 72, the divided rise fall. The last two are the examples of divided fall rise. The falling rising tone is normally used for special implications which cannot be verbally expressed. She is beautiful. She is beautiful. If you look at the first sentence where we are giving the falling tone, with the falling tone you mean really she is beautiful. Second, she is beautiful. She is so ugly and you say she is beautiful. A sort of question is asked. With a rising tone, a doubt regarding the sentence is employed. She is beautiful. Right? Either you are over exaggerating it, or maybe she is beautiful, but her speech is not good. Some but element has been observed in the falling rising tone. So the same sentence can be given a falling tone with one meaning, rising tone with another meaning, and fall rise tone with an altogether different meaning. It is the but tone that implies something else. For example, she is beautiful but not intelligent could be the meaning of it. A few more examples to look at. I'm waiting. If you say I'm waiting with a falling tone, you genuinely mean that you are waiting. I'm waiting. No, I'm the boss and you say that I have to wait. Is a sort of irritation or anger that is expressed with a rising tone. But when you say I'm waiting, a falling and the rising tone, so please hurry up. I'm waiting for you, is the meaning. The houses are nice. With a falling tone, it means that genuinely you are appreciating the house. The houses are nice. If you are rising, It would mean that the house is so ugly and you say it is nice. How can you say that? Is the meaning. The houses are nice. If you give a falling rising tone, the house is beautiful, but maybe the people in that are not very nice. There is some hidden meaning with the falling rising tone. Similarly, is the last sentence. The tea is good. If you fall down, you are appreciating it. The tea is good. If you're rising, and anger is absurd. It's now horrible hai, and you say it is good. When you say with a falling rising tone, the tea is good, but the saucer is smelly. I can't drink it. Is the meaning. That is absurd. So when you practice this type of intonation, it's very interesting. I shall be also posting all these in the PDF format for your practice, but you could just listen to in the video. I am a student. On the left side, only the letters and the expressions are there. On the right side, you have the intonation with transcription also. Just practice it. I am a student. You fall down. It's very good. He likes sweets. She lives in Delhi. What are you doing? Where did you go? What's the matter? WH type of examples. Don't talk. Command. Shut the door. Command. Take it away. Command. Stand up. Command. How beautiful. Exclamation. Excellent. Exclamation. What a pity. Exclamation. The book is interesting, isn't it? A question tag where you expect the agreement from the listener. He has gone abroad, hasn't he? Question tag with a positive response. Wasn't that difficult question? Rhetorical question. Isn't he kind to her? Rhetorical question. Similarly is the rising tone. If you come early, we shall go. Early, you raise up. Though he is rich, it's very simple. You fall down. So, these incomplete sentences. Will you come tomorrow? I'm busy. Will you come tomorrow? Yes, no type of sentence. Are they eating? Yes, no type of sentence. Will receive the rising tone. Have you read the book? Rising tone. Is she alone? Rising tone. How are you, child? Though it is WH type of sentence, it has got an emotional impact on it. So, how are you, child? Child, you raise up. Where is your mother, dear? Dear, you raise up. Because it has a warm and affectionate feeling. Pass the salt, please. Please becomes a request. Open the window. Request. Open the window. Command. You're a gardener, aren't you? Aren't you? When I'm rising up, I expect that the listener may not agree and says, maybe no, I'm not the gardener, I'm the owner of the house, but doing gardening right now. So, yes, no type. So, the question tags where you expect that the speaker might not agree with you, you give a rising tone to ask, as if to ask a question. Would you like to have tea, coffee, or milk? So, tea, you raise up. Coffee, you raise up. Milk, you fall down. The last alternative, you fall down. Shall we go by train, bus, or taxi? So, train, bus, or taxi, you fall down. When you're counting things, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, for all the alternatives before, you raise up. And for the last alternative, you fall down. Hello. Goodbye. So, for these also, you give a rising tone. And for the falling rising tone, she's beautiful. I'm waiting. The houses are nice. The tea is good. Something like that. Now, this can be applied. Intonation also can be applied not only to sentences but also to paragraphs. Here is a paragraph for you. This, how exactly to read this paragraph so that the reading skill is improved, number one, and the opposite person can understand you as to what you are saying. This is the paragraph under discussion, so we could see as to how this paragraph can be better. At 35, though it is a bit small, I'll also post you the PDF format of it, just follow it. At 35, Kiran Kampani thought the best investment would be to sink money into the small garment retail business. His reasoning was logical. The business could expand His 4-year-old son would have something to fall back on and grow himself when he came of age. And in unfortunate event, his untimely death, his wife, a homemaker, could take care of the business. He felt that buying insurance and investing in mutual funds was a waste of money. It is just allowed insurance companies and agents to prosper. So, apart from a small recurring deposit with his bank, he had no other real savings. He rapidly expanded his business through online retailing. But disaster struck in mid of 2016 when there was a fire in his godown. Most of his stock was destroyed, and Company himself was severely injured. He spent the next 6 months on complete bed rest. The bank deposits helped, but the amount was meager as it did not beat inflation. Thanks to the benevolence of friends, Company, supported by his wife, slowly restarted his business. So we have to give a fall, rise, and falling, rising tone in order to make our expressions sound more musical and really intonated for the expression of the right meaning that we want to communicate. Now, this also can be applied to the dialogues. It's not only to the paragraphs, but also applied to the dialogues. I've given a small dialogue over there. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the post office, sir. How can I help you? I wanted to post these letters, also wanted to buy some postal stationery. Fine, sir. You could weigh these letters there and know the rate of the postage and buy the postal stamps in the counter number 3. The postal stationery is available with me in this counter. What should I give you, sir? Oh, thank you so much. Please give me 5 inland covers, 10 postcards, and 2 envelopes. I also want 10 postal stamps of 2 rupees and 10 revenue stamps of 5 rupees each. These are your postal stationery, sir. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Thank you very much. So, if you start applying the rules of stress, the rules of short forms or the weak forms, and the rules of intonation, it makes your expression better. Here is an example where I've given you the marked intonation by dividing the utterance into tone groups, marking the stress, marking the nucleus, and also giving you the proper tone. So practice for it, and from now onwards start practicing for every sentence, paragraph, and dialogue, applying whatever rules we have learned in phonology in general, marking the stress, marking the intonation, which will make your speech more musical and complete. Thank you very much for having a patient listening. Bye for now and see you in the next class.